Hey everyone, it's Mopar Keith here. We're going to do a shop update. We're going to walk around the shop and show you all the projects that we have. We have an unbelievable amount of Challengers here today, and I got to go. So this guy right here, I probably owe him a lot of money. So they supplied me with just about everything. So Monday is Snap-on, then I got Mac Tools, then I got Matco at the end of the week. So anyway, let's go look at some Mopars and we'll talk some shop. All right, so we got Kim's Challenger in here. We've done a bunch of work to it. And there's been a lot of shops that have worked on this car, but it came here for some detail work and wiper motor. And so we have it in here for the speedometer. Speedometer was bouncing, so Jerome's been working on it here for an hour or so. We got a new speedometer housing. Actually, it's not new. It is a rebuilt speedometer by Instrument Specialties. That's who did it. And we're about ready to fire it up and see if the speedo bounces. Fairly smooth. Good deal. Alright, we're going to call that one fixed. Before, that needle would bounce like 50 mile an hour back and forth. Alright, so here's the one we pulled out. The artwork on it is still really nice, but mechanically it was bouncing, so we had Instrument Specialties go through it. Alright, so we got Brian's car in here. This one came in for a lot of work as well. Spent a couple days just adjusting the glass. Lots of adjustments. Power window car. So lots of adjustments in the glass. So basically pulled most of the interior apart just to get all the panels off. We've been under the hood a bunch, so we found an air conditioning leak. This is it looks like it's charged with R12, but we actually can charge it with a R134A fitting and depress the core and then pull our fitting off of there and then reattach this so it looks like R12. And we actually found this core was leaking, and we charged it up, and it's been charged for about 2 weeks now, so the AC works really well. Also, we found a problem with the carburetor. So several cooks in the kitchen on this one as well. So I found out that a major bog was because this air door was not even, the spring wasn't even attached correctly. So there has to be tension on this door or you get a massive bog when you step on the gas. It would just be way too much air. So I went through the carburetor, made sure the floats were adjusted right, cleaned it up really well, and then adjusted this spring so the secondary air door is better. We had Dixie Restorations do a little warranty work on the alternator. There was a brush that actually broke. So he uses NOS parts and one of the brushes broke. So we had to pull this off, send it out, and he got it back to us in like 3 or 4 days. Just amazing work. We've also got an exhaust leak, so we're going to pull the manifold off and try to diagnose what the exhaust leak is. So yeah, another Dodge Challenger that needed just some TLC. We put a different valve stem in there to get those a little more correct. A lot of work to the bottom of the car, getting all the inspection marks right and doing a little front end work. And then we also had this at the alignment shop to get it squared away and adjust the ride height. All right, let's move on to the next Challenger here. All right, this is a 71, and let's get under the hood and I'll explain what's going on with this one. All right, so this car has been changed a whole bunch from what it was originally born as. So this car was born EV2, so in the V6V stripe. So this is a 3D3 RT car. or wait, let's make sure. Yep, 3D3 or 340. I'm sorry, 340 H code. So 340 RT car. Someone else started the restoration, and we have been hired to finish it. And this car is really unique because a lot of stuff has been changed. So this car was born an automatic. It now has power windows, and it also has a formal roof out of a 70. And so what we've got here, we've got a formal roof with rear louvers. So overhead consolette. The mice got to it, so we have to redo the headliner and try to do some repairs on the headliner card. So this is all going to need to be recovered. So we've done these before. We have the material ready to go, so we're going to start digging into that. Now this is going to take some ingenuity, but this is all busted up right here. So I'm going to have to do a repair because we've got where the mirror, or I'm sorry, the sun visor attaches right here, but we have to put something here to hold the shape. Otherwise this will always sag and we won't be able to make it tight. So we're going to have to do some repairs to the headliner card. What else is unique about this? So dual sport painted mirrors with the remote mirror. 71 RTs get the scallops. This has got a spoiler. It's got a later model valance panel on it, and then to be correct, for an RT this needs to be blacked out right here too. They got the chrome right, but it would also need black out here and then on top of the bumper. So really unique car, done up pretty sweet. It's here to get finished. So automatic converted to a pistol grip 4-speed, 3 pedals now, power windows. What else I can say about this car? Oh, yep, chin spoilers too. So it has a 383 6-barrel or 6-pack on it now too. So lots going on with that. Should be here for about 2 weeks. I think I can probably get the headliner done in about 2 weeks time. Flipped up gas cap, and what else do you see there? Yes, that's right. It has a Trans Am rear antenna. So along with all the other modifications on this car, the owner added the rear antenna. Back here in the engine shop, I started a new TA project. So this is an actual TA block. So another TA motor. So I've got all the pistons and everything ready to go. So I'm going to start putting that together coming up here. All right, so there's his TA heads. So 915s. All right, so out here we got Devin's car in here. So we've got a distributor issue. So he brought it into me this weekend, and we're gonna tear into that and find out what's going on. So it quit running, but yeah, I built the engine on this about 2 years ago, and he brought it back. So it was running good until it wasn't. So we got to figure out what's going on with that. So he didn't blow it up or anything like that, but the distributor I think failed. So there's Devin's. This is a real red Super Bee, not a lift off hood car, but it is a real Super Bee. All right, another car that just came in. We did get this running. We did put new tires on it last week, and this is a real 446 barrel GTX. So a real V-Code car, automatic floor shift with air grabber, and it's been sitting for a long time. So we actually got it running, but it needs a lot of brake work, and I'm going to end up pulling the carburetors off that to get those things working right. But this thing will probably be here for another few weeks. Be exciting to drive it once I get it all done. Oh, we got Tim's Challenger in here. He's going to take this on Hot Rod Power Tour. So we did window adjustments, new quarter window seals, roof rail seals. We got to finish up some electrical work on it, new door hinge, new wiper motor. We had to do some repairs on the wiper motor. So we're going to get that done. We're going to try to get this done today because I really need the space. All right, so here's something cool. My friend Wesley just made these. Part of his actual day job is to use a 3D printer And so he did this. So this is a 3D print, and he says they'll do 4 different colors. So he just made these for me. So yeah, these are pretty sweet. So just some artsy fartsy stuff, and he's going to do some that are really big. He's going to make some lighted signs out of them. All right, so this is one thing that I've been making too, right here. So these are kind of a specialty thing. These are remote mirror cable guides for Cuda and Challenger. So here's an original one. And so we just copied that, and I made about 50 of these. So we already got some orders heading out, literally from coast to coast. I got orders from California, Washington, New York, Texas. And so, yeah, so that's something I kind of made up myself there. All right, so we're going to go down to the body shop and check in on what's going down there with Chris. All right, so here's the new arrival. This car's got some issues. It didn't start. We did get it to run, but it's got a terrible vibration, like it's got a mismatched torque converter maybe. Power window car, SE. Big block with the thermal quad. So that's going to be here for a little while. I'm not sure how far the owner wants to go with it, but we did get it running, so that's a start. But it's got brake issues, and it's also, like I said, it's got a really bad vibration. So to me, it feels like the engine's not balanced right. So it could be something wrong with the balancer in the front. Looks like a steel crank balancer. Or it could be the torque converter got swapped out for the wrong one. All right, down here in the body shop. So Carl and Dakota did the heavy lifting on the metalwork, and then they brought it back, or we brought it back to finish the metalwork. So basically get it on the rotisserie, flip it over, finish the spot welds. So we actually have a spot welder and go through and finish the spot welds where we need it. Sand all the V-Code off. Oh boy, a lot of work left to do on this car. So, but the metalwork is done. So we can see there's already some flash rusting. So here in Iowa, it's not humid yet, but in another week or two, it's going to get humid. So we got to get going on this. We got to get some primer on it before we get flash rusting. So 74 Duster 360 car. Over here, we have done a year's worth of work on this pink Challenger TA. We've got all the pre-paint is done. It's been on the rotisserie for a while. I'm going to do a whole video about this car. This is in final sealer. So basically we wet block this guy, and we got all the panels here, wet block this, and we are ready for paint. So all the gaps and everything is just spot on. This thing is looking really nice. All pink, original 340 automatic floor shift car. All right, over here we got the Craig's car. This is a 68 Coronet convertible. There's a TA hood. There's the duster panels. So not all the way done, but probably more than halfway done with the mud work. And you can see it's got just kind of a skim coat all around the car. And we just got that covered up. I don't want any contamination on that, but we did quarter panels, floors, rear frame rails, torque boxes. So door gaps are really nice on this car. So that's just kind of taking a back seat. We got to get this Challenger painted, and then we got one more car over in the paint room that we're going to show you. All right, so a real FC7 in violet Cuda AAR. This is one that we just got the engine done, and it also came in here for the hood repair and fresh organosol. So if you know these Trans Am cars, the hood bows in the middle, and so it came in here for hood correction and respray the organosol. So just kind of like that TA, this is in final sealer. And with the Plymouth, you got to do a lot of extra work. So we really like to do the TAs because it's just the hood. That's the only thing you have to spray. And here's the hood. So the hood is in primer. We still have some work to do on the hood, but we'll get it all put together, and we spray the hood and the car at the same time so everything matches. So Chris did a bunch of wet sanding, and we're just kind of remasking it to do the next sanding step. This is the engine I had on the test stand. The car runs and drives right now. And then we finally, Tommy the Crico, he reproduces this correct fresh air fiberglass hood air cleaner. So this is the same air cleaner lid that would be used on A12s, Challengers, Challenger TAs, and Cuda AARs. So we're going to repaint that and get some decals on it. Yep, that's it for the AAR. All right, well, I appreciate everybody watching and sticking around. Each car here will have its own video. So like I said, we've done plenty of videos. There's Chris. We've got plenty of videos on each car. I'm trying to put together a video on this Challenger TA when we did the bottom side of the car, the primer overspray, so watch for that. We've done a couple video shorts on the Ruster, which is no longer the Ruster. There's 0 rust left on this car. And then we have one other car. It's actually in my trailer for storage, and it would be in this spot. We call it the Barely Cuda. It's a 67 Barracuda Restomod 3rd Gen Hemi swap. So I just got that back from Carl Gerst in Dakota. They did the transmission tunnel in that. So, all right, that's it for today's shop update. Can't hardly nail down Chris. He's all over the place, so I keep him plenty busy. I could really use another Chris down here in the body shop. So I'm just screwing around making videos all day and trying to put out fires. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe, comment. Let me know which is your favorite car here at the shop. We just did about 15 minutes worth of shop projects. So let me know what you like. Please subscribe and comment. Thank you.